Hi guys, welcome back to a new video in my pregnancy series. This video is all about the postpartum facts and hacks. Now I named this video postpartum facts and hacks because there are so many facts about postpartum that nobody had told me before I became a mom. So I thought I'd share with you along with those hacks. So without wasting any more time, let's just jump into the video. Fact number one, when you are a new mom, everything with your body is difficult. Walking is difficult, getting from the bed is difficult, sitting in the car is difficult, and most importantly, peeing and pooping is also very, very difficult. No matter what kind of delivery you have, whether it's a normal vaginal delivery or a cesarean, you're going to have difficulty in peeing and pooping. So going to the bathroom in those initial couple of days is going to be a torture. For that, I have this hack that everybody talks about, that is using a perineal bottle. The hospital where I delivered, they had a perineal bottle for me to use during the stay, but when I came back home, I had heard so much about perineal bottles that I got my own before delivering the baby, so I had almost everything ready. And this is a very common thing, like everyone talks about a perineal bottle, but the reason I'm also mentioning is for two reasons. Number one, it is actually really important, and number two is that I got these perineal bottles from Amazon, and the good thing about these are that it's not fancy looking, but it does the job. And also this one came in a pack of 4, so it came two of these and I guess 2 of these. So that's a really good thing in my opinion, because I have these bottles in every bathroom of my house. And the last thing you want to do is, when you are a new mom, is just move around bathroom to bathroom with your one peri bottle. So yes, you can also use like this, and this is how I like to use it. And to use like this, it comes with a straw. You just have to take that out and use it. It is so helpful. There is a lot going on with your body, and this definitely gives some relief while urination, and also with bleeding, which I will talk more about in the next point. So yeah, must have, especially these ones, because you get a pack of 4 in a price of 1. Talking about pooping, yes, it's going to be difficult for you to push, or you will be constipated for the first few days of delivering a baby. So that's why immediately you're advised to take lot of fibrous food. And my doctor had given me laxative when I was in the hospital and asked me to continue in the 8 weeks twice a day. So this is the one that I've been using. It's by Retro Lax. It has a lot of fiber in it, so basically you have to put a cup which is inside this cap. You have to put 1 cup of this in 1 glass of water and just drink it twice a day, which really helps you with the fiber content and makes things easier for you. So yeah, that's also very important. Talking about fibrous foods, make sure you have a lot of spinach in your salads, beetroots, and a lot of fiber containing food in your diet. That also really helps with the recovery process and also with the constipation. Okay, moving on to the next fact. This one is really surprising because I was not aware of this one at all. When you are a new mom, you're going to bleed a lot. A lot means a lot. And there's not only blood that's coming out of your uterus, right? There's amniotic fluid, there's placenta, and there are all kinds of stuff. So it's a cleansing process. So that begins on the labor day, but it continues for weeks. I did not know that I'm going to bleed for the next 2 months of delivering a baby, which was a total shocking experience for me. Of course, the intensity of bleeding comes down after first week, but yes, this is a fact. Every woman bleeds a lot. This happens to every woman, right? But in my case, on the day of labor, I had lost a lot of blood, more than I should. So I was infused 1 pack of iron in my body, and also immediately they had given me iron supplements for my body to regain all that blood and energy. And that's why losing so much blood had made the postpartum days really difficult for me, because I was feeling so weak and lack of energy. That's because my body did not have much blood, right? So definitely I'm going to feel a lot more weaker than usual. So I had to continue taking iron supplements, which your doctor might suggest to you as well. And also I've been taking a lot of iron rich food. Make a list of everything before you go into the labor, like what am I going to eat after postpartum. Keep something in the freezer for your life to be more easier. So talking about iron rich food, I've shown 3 bean salad. That's a really good and easy meal. I will link here. And also include a lot of beetroot in your diet. It's not only good for your hemoglobin, but also it's an iron rich food. It also has a lot of fiber, so everything that is super important for postpartum recovery. And one of my favorite ways to include beetroot is by taking this juice kind of a thing, which I'm drinking right now. I will put this link in right here. You can see how I make this juice. I've gotten so many good reviews for this juice, and not only that, it's actually very delicious. That's why I keep drinking this often. And also it makes your skin literally glow, so that's a plus point, right? Literally one of the best juices ever. And I just received a call from the doctor like 5 minutes ago. He told me that my iron is back to normal. I'm so happy, because after all that blood loss, I thought it would take really long time for me to recover and for me to able to feel so strong and positive. So definitely try the juice and the other iron rich food, and you'll be good to go. Continuing from the same point, the fairy bottles are also useful because you're going to bleed a lot, so this is also useful for that. And when you're bleeding, you are not advised to use tampons. You have to use pads for postpartum recovery for many reasons, but the hospital will give you those big large pads, which are really useful. So when you come back home, make sure you have those overnight lengthy pads to use. And one of the things that I learned from my stay in the hospital was that they used to keep this pad in the freezer, and they used to give it to me to use it, and that was so useful. And that also was kind of relaxed the muscles around that area, because if you had a vaginal delivery, that area around is going to be so sore and painful. So the pads from the freezer were really helpful. So when I came back home, I did the same thing. I kept the pads in the freezer and used those. It was great help. Moving on to the next fact, that is breastfeeding. Breastfeeding, there is a lot to talk about breastfeeding, but for this video, I just want to say that the fact about breastfeeding that I did not know before becoming a new mom was that you can express colostrum in 37 weeks of your pregnancy. This I learned from the prenatal classes that I had joined. And so basically you can try and express in colostrum at 37 weeks. If you cannot express in 37 weeks, try again in 38, again in 39 and 40 weeks. It's going to be just few drops of colostrum, but I'm telling you, those few drops are liquid gold for your baby. So you're advised, if you can, then collect those drops of colostrum in a teaspoon and then fill it in the syringe and keep it in the freezer and take them along with you while you go to the hospital. Why this is useful? Immediately when your baby is kept in your breast and for breastfeeding, you don't know what the chances are that the baby is going to latch. You don't know if the baby is going to have a tongue tie. You don't know. You're able to feed the baby because, as I mentioned, you can be very weak and you can be lying on the bed just like me. For after delivering the baby, for a few hours I was like on and off sleep. I was barely conscious for being able to feed. The size of the stomach of a newborn is just as a size of a cherry, so you can tell like a teaspoon of colostrum is so good and liquid gold for them. But in case you are not able to do so, do not panic or freak out. The hospital where you are going to deliver will help you. They will be having formula for you to feed the babies. Continuing from the same point, I had underestimated my breast milk supply. So immediately after coming back home, I thought maybe it'll take some time for the transitioning of milk or the breast milk supply. But the next day, my entire dress was spoiled because I was leaking so much milk, and that's why, thank goodness, I had these breast pads or nursing pads ordered before I went into labor. So the breast pads, these are the use and throw ones. You can find this online. I ordered this from Amazon, and yeah, so these are so useful. I just cannot begin to tell you. Like, once you start expressing milk, like if you are unable to express milk like for a long period of time, your breasts are not only going to be very painful, but your lot of bras and dresses are going to spoil it. So this and the perineal bottle might be the most important thing you need to have for postpartum care, and you'll be actually surprised how much this can soak. So yeah, absolute essential. A lot of you have asked on my Instagram that if I use any sort of belly band to get back in shape, and the answer is yes. I did buy a belly band, but I haven't used much. So for me to tell you that this is very useful and you must buy it, it's unfair. But like I mentioned, I will show it to you what I bought, and I will also link it in the description. So this is the band that I got. It came in a pack of 3. So one is for the hip belt, one is for the upper waist, and this is the main one. And because I am quite small as a person, so I just used this one like 3 or 4 times, and this was kind of helpful, but this is not the only reason for my belly to be coming back to shape. But if you're interested, definitely check this out in the description. Moving on to the next couple of facts. It's not just the baby that comes out of your body. There are so many things. There is placenta to be delivered, and sometimes, like I delivered placenta and I didn't even know, but sometimes you do have to push even to get the placenta out. And for some women, contractions also last after delivering the baby. Apparently that is a way for the uterus to come back to its normal shape, but I did not have that. But it's important to know that this also can happen. Also, like few hours after you deliver a baby, your nurse is going to press in the uterus, and it's going to be painful and so much blood is going to come out, so don't freak out. So these are the real things that nobody talks about, which I feel is so important for a new mom or whoever is deciding to get pregnant, for them to have this knowledge, because it's always so much better to know and be prepared mentally. If you're mentally strong, you can take care of the body. So that's about it for the postpartum hacks video. I like to end this video by saying there are chances many people are going to bring down your confidence, saying that you cannot do it by yourself. Right now we are in a COVID situation, and for whatever reason, if you do choose to do this postpartum journey by yourself, then like me, I did this postpartum and labor and delivery. There was just me and my husband. So I just want to tell you that if you're doing this by yourself, don't panic. If I can do it, so can you. You are strong, you are brave, and just with a lot of patience, love and support with each other, you can do this. And I promise you'll be great, because it's all worth it at the end. I just want to wish you all the very best for your postpartum journey and a journey as a new mom. Stay tuned, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.